Let me quickly talk to you about Reputation Defender versus OneRep versus DeleteMe. Of course, we are speaking about personal data removal services. So let me first talk to you about the software lineup I want you to really pay attention to. So let's start with Reputation Defender, a service by Norton, by the way. So when you think about Reputation Defender, I want you to think about ease of access. I want you to think about affordability to a certain extent. And I want you to also think about, let's say, efficiency, okay? So when you think about Reputation Defender, think about a service that has a spotless reputation of its own, because I think I've said this before, but Reputation Defender is a trusted resource backed by the well-respected name of its parent company, Norton. You have a free reputation report cards, so at no cost to you, Reputation Defender will put together a complete report showing you exactly how others see you from the outside. And perhaps actually the best part is that you don't have to wait around for it. You'll get the report right away. You have custom solutions. So if you are trying to fix or preserve your reputation, you need a service that tailors their approach to your situation. And Reputation Defender takes care of this by assigning you a custom reputation manager when you activate your service. There are no one-size-fits-all approaches here, so your manager can answer any questions you have upfront, plus you'll have easy access to them the entire time you work together. And so that's kind of cool. And you have a tool like Reputation Defender that works well for all types of situations. So whether you are looking for your next job and want to make sure hiring managers see nothing but the best when they Google you, or an enterprise company in the midst of a full-blown crisis, Reputation Defender can really help. And you have a prompt service, okay? So that's really fantastic. And you also have a regular reporting, so you don't have to wonder how things are going or refresh your Google search every few minutes. You'll get regular reports, regular reputation reports, so you are always in the loop without having to obsess over it yourself. You have a content strategies. You also have a C-suite specificity. So if you want to have a more, let's say, more bespoke services, you will get that. You have VIP services also. And also, finally, you have a AI-powered security. On the flip side, their strategies do take time. Do not expect things to happen overnight. If you go with Reputation Defender, you're not going to have an online, like an overnight solution. It's expensive. You have a wide range of services, and they may actually upsell you things you do not need. So just be careful as to what you really sign up for. Let me talk to you about the services, plans, and pricing. So when you think about Reputation Defender, what kind of strategy you need to think about? First of all, the cost is really not that low. Okay, you're looking at $3,000 all the way to $25,000. I mean, we are speaking about reputation management, not just removing your name from one site to another. No, we're talking about you having a content strategy. So this is more a holistic strategy for you to have a clear idea what happens to your reputation management. Okay, that's why they are assigning to you, let's say, an account manager, so that you can have a clear idea of what happened. You can also have a Reputation Defender online reviews. They will charge you somewhere from $2,000 to $10,000. You also have Reputation Defender digital privacy management. Here you are looking at $1,000 all the way to $10,000 per year, and so that's important. And you also have the Reputation Defender executive protection. So here they are actually protecting executives at your company, and this actually will cost you upwards of $25,000. But with this, you are able to really have a holistic protection, and also you expect to pay more if you go with the VIP services. The VIP services actually will set you back anywhere from $10,000 all the way to $30,000, and in some cases $50,000. Okay, if you think you need something a little more extra mile than what I've told you a little earlier, there are VIP services available to you from Reputation Defender. This includes bespoke plans of attack that really get to the heart of your specific reputation management needs. And this service is actually discreet and handled by a dedicated team that knows how to provide the VIP level result that you really need. So that's really something to really think about. So bottom line is that Reputation Defender can help whether you are an individual, executive, small business, or enterprise, but it will cost you. I mean, they take a holistic approach to your reputation, which can be very effective as long as you have the budget and patience to actually see it through. Now, let me talk to you about OneRep. So, if you think about OneRep as a data removal service, what kind of strategies should you be actually contemplating? The thing is that OneRep is really great when it comes to user experience. Okay, getting started with OneRep to remove your personal information from the web is actually straightforward. And on the OneRep website, you need to put in your full name, no middle name needed, and you just hit check. And the service will ask you to clarify what state you are from, and then it will start searching to see where your name and personal info is actually being sold. And so this initial OneRep scan checks about 100 websites for your personal information, and OneRep will then tell you how many records it found, then ask for your email address, which starts the account creation process. And you'll get an email to verify your account. And when you log in, you will see a page that shows that actually gives you all kinds of information. Okay, and so it's important to really have a clear idea about what really works and what doesn't work. So with OneRep, you have a license, and so it's one of those things where you have to be clear about what kind of no, sorry, you have a lot of aliases, and so that's really important. And so you want to really add an alias and multiple addresses. Okay, the alias feature is particularly useful because it means that if you're known as Dave, or Dave Jr., you can add them all under your profile, and OneRep will find them all. So aliases don't count as multiple identities. So it's if it's 6 family members, you really have to really understand that OneRep will actually make the determination to see what works in your particular case. And so OneRep does work, and OneRep is accurate, although it might take a little bit of time. And OneRep doesn't really cover a lot of sites. That's the only thing that we have found, because you have other services that actually cover more than 300, 400 sites. OneRep only does an initial search and initial scanning that stops at 100 sites. Okay, but hey, listen, it is something. Okay, that's really important to think about. So one thing for sure, if you're really interested in the speed, you can really pay for more, okay? Because the whole thing is that OneRep is not going to check 200 and 300 sites right away. It will start with 100 sites and then go from there, okay? So that's really good. But what you want to do is you want to really have go through the free trial. I mean, OneRep does have a 5-day free trial, and see if you actually use the service, if you like the service. The cool thing is there is no credit card required to use the trial. So give it a try and see what really works from there. But one thing for sure, if you want to increase the number of sites, then you have to really pay for more, okay? And in terms of paying for more, it depends on what kind of plan you choose. You choose. Right? You have the OneRep personal plan and also the OneRep family plan. The OneRep personal plan will set you back about $8 a month. That's about $100 a year. And the OneRep family plan will set you back $15 a month. That's about $179.95 a year. Okay. Now the family plan covers up to 6 people, which is enough to clean up online personal information of the average family and that of your parents. So that's really good. And now there are actually pros and cons if you were to go with OneRep. Let me break it down for you. What are the pros here? It's very easy. No need to do a CAPTCHA, click links. It's fast and accurate. You have a free trial of 5 days. No credit card is required for the initial scan. And OneRep tracks progress of removals, keeps your email private from brokers, monitors for new occurrences, and support alias names, okay, and can manage across your entire family. What about the flip side here? If you were to go with this service here, OneRep may seem pricey, okay, you need to manually enter aliases that data brokers use, including first, initial, last name. It only works for US addresses and people. The paid subscription is actually needed for automatic removal. And so there's removal only. There's no reputation management, and it doesn't check also for data breaches. So that could be a little problematic if you want to have if you are looking for data breaches, that you want to go for another solution really. But overall, OneRep is really worth it. Okay, but just go for the OneRep family plan. If you go with the OneRep personal plan, you're not having actually the holistic approach that you get if you go with the OneRep family plan. Let me talk to you now about DeleteMe. So DeleteMe is one of the original data removal services that actually the company was founded about 10 years ago, like 12 to 13 years ago. Okay, and so they actually use a team of dedicated experts to help sift through and then remove your data from over 700 to 800 data brokers. Now the service is US only and can be on the expensive side, but does the job really, really well. Okay, so when you think about DeleteMe, on the plus side, this is actually one of the original removal services. It's actually respected across the country, so that's really good from a reputation point of view, and it does the job to a high level. On the flip side, plans are billed yearly. Some rivals cover more data brokers, so this is something to think about. And you also have quarterly, not monthly reports, okay? But good thing is that DeleteMe remains one of the best data removal services out there right now, helping you keep your personal data from data brokers and from other internet parties easily, okay? And that's really cool. Now this year, making sure your personal data is safe is kind of hard. So that's one of those things where you have to see what works for you, whether you are using a password manager, an antivirus, or a VPN. Okay, and I mean there are so many distraction opportunities nowadays. Your data could be everywhere. Okay, and if you have no idea where your data is, that's really bad for you. So what about the pricing and plans here? When you think about DeleteMe, you're paying somewhere from $11 per month, billed annually at about $129. With that's for one person. And for for one person 1 year, for one person for 2 years, this will set you back $871 per month, billed as $209 over 2 years. So that's kind of cool. What are the basic features here? When you think about DeleteMe, DeleteMe works by using 4 simple steps. So first, you submit your information. So I'm thinking about your age, your location, your emails, your phone numbers, and so on and so forth. Try to be as detailed as possible. Okay, don't just you want to really fill all the forms, all the sections in on the DeleteMe page. And so basically, you want to, in some cases, DeleteMe might require a government or state ID. That's number one. Number two, DeleteMe will send you detailed reports of your data across the whole internet, which might be a little disconcerting, but it's better to know than not, right? You want to be in in a situation where you know everything. Once you receive the report, DeleteMe then begins scanning the internet for your info and deleting it before continuing the scan and delete every 6 months for the term of your year contract. So DeleteMe removes data from over 750 data brokers, and that there is also a complete list of them on their website. So that's kind of cool. I mean, this means what? It means almost everything is handled by the company itself, which is a big bonus and part of the reason that the $129 cost is there. Paying for expert data removal specialist is not cheap. Okay, that's really important to keep in mind. When you think about DeleteMe, I also want you to think about a B2B sort of process. So DeleteMe does have an enterprise section. So alongside being able to remove personal data, DeleteMe has an enterprise level that is used by Google, Pinterest, ProPublica, Yahoo, and other big US brands to help stop executive and employee exposure. So that's really good. So DeleteMe helps with the data of public-facing companies, public-facing employees, executives, and board members and individual contributors to your business. And that's kind of part of the reputation management aspect of things. Now, pricing is not available on the application. So if you are representing your business, make sure to get in touch with DeleteMe, let's say directly. What about support? Now, DeleteMe doesn't have a phone support system. Okay, they do offer a fully fledged online portal with tons of info to help you across a huge area of topics. So everything from password changes to pricing, two-factor authentication, data security, and more is kind of covered actually on the website. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So you also have a pretty interesting tool. You have a set of DIY opt-out guides to kind of help you remove yourself automatically. And so let's say the bottom line is that basically DeleteMe actually has been around for nearly 15 years and is one of the most long-running and well-respected data removal services out there, and with good reason. So across its personal and business editions, the service actually delivers everything you want in a quality package, okay? And so having experts on hand to help sift your data and the tools available to fine-tune the kind of data you want removed is really handy and really timely too. And so it really ensures that a machine would not actually muck something up, and your data is in safe hands in the first place. So, but just remember that they don't do a monthly billing; they do annual billing. I mean, this could be a little problematic if you're tight, your budget is currently tight. But hey, listen, at least you're paying less overall anyway. So what's the approach here? So Reputation Defender versus OneRep versus DeleteMe, which one should you go for? It's really important first, before I answer that question, to understand that you have to know who is gathering your personal data. Two main types of sites collect your personal data: people search sites and data brokers. Data brokers scrape your personal data across the web, package it into a profile, and sell it to anyone buying. Mostly their customers are advertisers who use your info for targeted browser ads, email spam, or even snail mail campaigns. But shady characters prepping for identity theft can also purchase these profiles. However, people search sites bill themselves as friendly, helpful services. They'll reconnect you with old friends or background check as a potential background check a potential date. So if you try a free lookup on one of those sites, you'll find some sketchy features. Typically, you will see a continuous display of activity, complete with a progress bar that tells you what's supposedly happening in the background. Okay, that's important. Now, you got to ask yourself, how worth is it? How worth is your data out there? In other words, whether you go on a data broker site or a people search site, you got to really ask yourself, for you to actually hire someone to remove your data from those sites, your data has to be worth something to you. So that's the question. How worth is your data for you this year? Okay, especially if you are in a business capacity and you really care about your reputation, then you really need to make sure that your data is not really falling in the wrong hands. So what's the selection here? Reputation Defender versus OneRep versus DeleteMe. Which one should you go for? The choice is pretty simple. DeleteMe. DeleteMe is the better choices here because DeleteMe actually has more possibilities, more sites covered than all the other two. Reputation Defender is kind of cool from a holistic point of view, whereas OneRep is more a niche product. So our choice is DeleteMe. In conclusion, to this conversation I spoke to you about Reputation Defender versus OneRep versus DeleteMe, I give you the software options, the approach, the selection, and the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.